Americans spend over $4 billion on chewing gum every year. And get this, a massive chunk of that money goes toward gums that taste like sweetened tire rubber, lose flavor in under 3 minutes, or cost double what they should. While you've been grabbing whatever's at the checkout without thinking twice, some of these brands have been laughing all the way to the bank, selling you nostalgia instead of quality. Some of these are literal swallowing hazards. Others charge you 30 cents per piece for 7 minutes of wood pulp flavor. So let's talk about the 8 popular chewing gums that are either wasting your money or actually worth buying, ranked from absolute worst to legitimately great. Because life's too short to chew flavorless rubber. Smash that subscribe button because we're about to save you from some seriously disappointing purchases. Number 8, Hubba Bubba Bubble Tape. Hubba Bubba Bubble Tape launched in the 1980s with that pink tape dispenser. Despite being 2020's 4th highest grossing sugar gum brand, this 6-foot disappointment consistently ranks dead last in actual taste tests. One reviewer said, "I felt like I was chewing cloud candy. It mushed underneath my molars. The texture becomes so soft you could accidentally swallow it. The taste?" One tester said, "The only note I got was sugar, and it didn't really taste like anything." Flavor duration: 1 minute 24 seconds to 2 minutes 12 seconds. That's barely the length of a TikTok video. At $2 to $3 per roll, you're paying for packaging, theater, and childhood memories. Here's the thing, that pink tape dispenser is elementary school social currency and gas station impulse gold. Parents buy it thinking they remember it being better. They're banking on nostalgia doing the heavy lifting while the actual gum does nothing for over a minute before dying. You're paying $3 for 6 feet of regret and potential choking hazard. Number 7. Simply Gum Peppermint. Simply Gum launched in 2014 targeting the Whole Foods crowd. At $3.99 to $4.99 per 15-piece pack, it's double the cost of mainstream gum. One reviewer said it felt like chewing wood pulp, which, as you can probably expect, was far from pleasant. The pieces aren't consistent sizes. The taste is barely sweet, barely bitter, and honestly, barely minty. The peppermint flavor never really made itself known. One tester lost all flavor at $2.15 and questioned why anyone would buy it, let alone pay a premium for it. At 26 to 33 cents per piece versus 8.5 cents for extra, you're paying 67% more for worse taste. Flavor lasts 7 minutes compared to extra's 15 minutes. This is Brooklyn hipster gum designed for people who care more about what's not in their gum than what is. They're selling ingredient lists and Instagram-friendly packaging, not ASHL. Enjoyable gum. You're paying $5 for organic disappointment that tastes like tree bark. Number 6, Dentyne Ice Arctic Chill. The Dentyne Ice line launched in the early 2000s as an extreme mint competitor. One reviewer described the first bite as almost an assault to the taste buds, and nearly overwhelmingly minty. The taste? Almost exactly resembling the flavor and intensity of Altoids. That's not a compliment when you're chewing it. One reviewer said it's good if you want an instant burst of fresh breath, but not for much else. Flavor dies after about 4 minutes. At $1.99 for 16 pieces with 4-minute duration, you're paying 50 cents per minute of aggressive mint punishment. This is a relic of the late 90s arms race for extreme everything. Most consumers try it once and never return. You're paying $2 for 4 minutes of sinus clearing regret. If this is already saving you from a bad purchase, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what's next. Number 5, Big Red. Big Red launched in 1976 with that jingle, "Kiss a Little Longer with Big Red." That jingle helped it become the cinnamon market leader. Too bad the gum doesn't deliver on the little longer promise. Flavor dies in 3 to 5 minutes flat. Taste is too strong at the start with aggressive red hot style cinnamon that can hurt to chew, then crashes to nothing. Reddit users describe it as tastes like red hots for 90 seconds, then you're chewing nothing. Reviewers note, despite the little longer marketing campaign, Big Red's flavor does not last all that long. Trident cinnamon lasts 2 to 3 times longer. This gum exists because Gen X and older millennials can't get that jingle out of their heads. They buy it on autopilot because they remember the commercial, not because the gum is any good. You're paying $1.50 for a broken promise wrapped in an 80s jingle. Number 4, Bubble. Yum Bubble Yum launched in 1975 as the world's first soft bubblegum. What was innovative 50 years ago is just aggressively sweet now. One reviewer said it's more of a dessert than a midday palate cleanser. The taste, too artificially sweet with flavor that's not approachable to a gum chewer with a refined palate. Basically, chewable candy rather than breath-freshening gum. Flavor lasted 5 minutes 13 seconds in testing, 25 calories and 5 grams sugar per piece. At 30 to 40 cents per piece for 5 minutes, you're paying a steep nostalgia tax. Bubble Yum survives by being bought by nostalgic parents for their kids, who then discover it's basically chewable sugar. What you're left with is dessert-level sweetness while adults remember it being better. You're paying $2 for childhood memories that taste worse than you remember. Number 3. Trident, created in 1960 as America's first sugar-free gum. The texture is genuinely great, perfect balance that stays soft. But here's where it gets tricky. You're paying 14 to 21 cents per piece, literally double what extra costs for flavor that fades within 5 minutes. Texture is praised across reviews, but taste fades typically within just 5 minutes to bland, chewy texture. One student reviewer said, "All I could think about was how much money I spent on it." Multiple reviewers cite 5-minute flavor fade. At $2 to $3 for 14 pieces versus 8.5 cents for extra in multi-packs, that's a 147% price premium. That student gave it 6 out of 10, 9 out of 10 for initial taste, 6 out of 10 for longevity, 9 out of 10 for texture, 2 out of 10 for price. Trident charges premium prices by weaponizing dental guilt. Xylitol actually does fight cavities, but that premium doesn't buy better flavor or longer duration. You're paying for the dentist recommendation, not superior gum. You're paying $3 to tell yourself you care about your teeth while chewing bland rubber. And if you're finding this ranking useful, hit the like button. It really helps the channel cut through the noise. Number 2. Extra Extra was introduced in 1984 as Wrigley's sugar-free flagship. The real kicker is that Extra actually delivers on its long-lasting flavor promise. 15 minutes in head-to-head testing, longer than any competitor. Taste is very sweet and minty, but not overly so. Bursts with flavor and juiciness. The flavor was just about universally liked in blind testing. 15-minute flavor duration crushes competition. Trident at 5 minutes, Orbit at 8 to 10, Big Red at 3 to 5, Dentyne Ice at 4. Multi-pack pricing at 8.5 cents per stick for 15 minutes equals 0.57 cents per minute. Best value ratio in mainstream gum. Extra succeeds by being the Honda Civic of gum. Not fancy, not innovative, just reliable. It's in every checkout lane because it delivers exactly what it promises without gimmicks. You're paying $1.50 to $3.30 for 15 minutes of actual flavor and the most accessible gum on the market. Number 1. Icebreakers. Ice Cubes. Icebreakers. Ice Cubes launched in 2008 by Hershey. One Today reviewer said, "This was my favorite gum of the bunch. I now legitimately crave the crunchy coating." But here's what makes this legitimately great. 25 to 30 minute flavor duration. Nearly double Extra and triple most competitors. Cube-shaped sugar-free gum with crystallized xylitol coating you can see. Cooling crystals embedded throughout. The crunchy coating quickly softens into regular gum and maintains soft texture for 40 plus minutes. Cube shape creates unique bite experience. Taste is strong peppermint with cooling sensation. Sweet, fresh, and feels like your mouth is super clean. Intensity without being punishing, like Dentyne Ice. 25 to 30 minute flavor duration in testing. The Today Taste Test gave it gold medal in taste, texture, longevity, and thinking outside of the box. At 7 to 11 cents per piece for 25 to 30 minutes. That's 0.23 to 0.44 cents per minute. Best value in premium category. One Amazon reviewer said, "Flavor lasts about 2 hours with fresh minty flavor," whereas Trident was getting hard and losing flavor after 45 minutes. Hershey needed differentiation when entering the gum market late. The cube shape and coating crystals provide actual innovation. This isn't just packaging theater. The texture innovation enhances the experience while the flavor duration backs it up with substance. You're paying $3 to $4.50 for 40 pieces that last 25 to 30 minutes each with a texture you'll legitimately crave. When the numbers prove it lasts nearly double the competition, you've created the category champion. After chewing through 8 different gums, a pattern emerges. Price and marketing rarely predict quality. The 4th highest grossing gum is a swallowing hazard. The brand charging double competitors' prices fades in 5 minutes. Meanwhile, the best value and longest lasting flavor come from a cube-shaped gum most people overlook. Hubba Bubba at number 8 proves nostalgia sells garbage. Icebreakers at number 1 proves innovation wins when execution follows through. 25 to 30 minutes of flavor at 0.23 to 0.44 cents per minute destroys every competitor. Don't trust packaging theater or childhood memories. Don't pay premium prices for dental positioning when flavor fades in 5 minutes. Check flavor duration, calculate cost per minute, and stop settling for products that die before you finish a conversation. Hit subscribe if this changed how you'll buy gum, and drop a comment telling us which ranking you think we got wrong.